कौन plays?
एक जान के अंदर दूसरी जान.
You're still in character.
I mean, the movie went on for about 3 years, so I was like, why not? Just a few months more.
So Nagi's really pushed you into being a method actor then.
I mean, clearly.
So tell us a little quickly about Nagi and then we'll come back to this.
If Nagi opens his mouth and speaks, I'll be able to tell you a little bit about Nagi. But no, I think it's been an incredible experience. I think a great learning experience. I think, like Mr. Bachchan said, I think a completely new world. And I think we went through different phases of discovering what this movie was about. But I think the magic that is in Nagi's head is now here finally for everyone to see. And I think we as actors have discovered that along the way. So it's been an incredible experience at both a personal and a professional level.
That's awesome.
Thank
Please,
you.
ma'am, take a seat. I'll get your mic. Vidin, my man, over to you. Thank you for this.
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you
Ladies
so
and gentlemen, give it up for Rana Garu one more time. All right, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We did talk about Nagi sir, Nag Ashwin sir, and of course his vision that we'll get to see when the movie releases in theaters. Lekin usse pehle, it's something really important that we have for you. Of course, he's not here, but we have something very special that we'll get to see on this big screen. So ek baar Nag Ashwin saab, the filmmaker extraordinaire, unke liye zordar taaliyan ho jaएं, please. And with your kind permission, we'd like to show you something exceptional on that big screen. Ho jaए.
So Kashi or Varanasi is said to be the first place where civilization was born in this world, by the banks of the river Ganga. That's written in a lot of our books and scriptures. It was the idea of, what if our story ended here? If that was the first city, what if this world now has only one city left and everybody in the world and all the resources and all the major conflict now happens here in Kasi. So that was the setting for Kalki. And now we are in a world where the most life-giving river, the Ganga, is dry. And people in Kasi are just living in just like a very brutal survival of the fittest sort of way. And above them towers the complex. Maybe you guys have seen in the trailer or something, like this massive mega city sort of structure, like an inverted pyramid that is a kilometer into the sky. So that is the complex which has essentially everything. It's like paradise. It has all the greenery, resources, water, food, animals, everything that is not there in the world before. It's almost like a microcosm of what the world used to be like. And now the story is mainly set up here. It's between these two worlds, the people who are in the complex who control those resources and the people who are below in Kasi who don't have access, and these people in Kasi only just have a dream to enter the complex. In a way, it becomes a cycle. So for you to do the work to earn money to get into the complex is like one trap that you end up working for the complex and you finish your life before you can actually get in. So it's like one sort of a cycle, which is sort of something that happens today as well. Apart from these two worlds, there's also a third world which we call Shambhala. Shambhala is something that we hear in many cultures, like even in Tibetan culture, it's called Shangri-La, and every culture has a name which is a mystical land which is hidden from the world, and that's where some people say advanced beings, some people say the avatar, some people say many things, like how the name Shambhala itself is very connected to the myth of Kalki, to the legend of Kalki. because it said that this is where the final avatar will come. That is the most powerful and that is the most familiar thing about the Kalki story. So these are our three worlds, and each of these worlds have a design or a thought process behind it. The complex people and the weapons and their vehicles are designed in a certain way because of what they have. People in Kasi are designed a certain way because of what they have. The world, you know, there's money which is units, and they are bounty hunters who need these units to get their job done or to finish their aspiration to want to go into the complex. And there's this third world, which is Shambhala, which is essentially the refuge. It's like a massive refugee camp in a way, like for all the religions and all the cultures that have been hunted down in this world by the complex. So they all needed a place to hide. The people in Shambhala are part refugees, part rebels, part the resistance who are fighting the complex. So the story is basically between these three worlds, and each of them are very unique in their own way, and how their paths cross and how the story goes forward.
Let's hear it for the visionary filmmaker Nag Ashwin Saab, ladies and gentlemen. We all loved what we saw, and yes, indeed, the world's going to remember this for years to come. And this is something जो शायद possible नहीं हो पाता उनके बिना, जिन्होंने इसको पूरी might के साथ back किया है. He is someone who's been giving us blockbusters for the last 50 years, ladies and gentlemen. Vaijayanti movie से C. Ashwin Dutt साहब के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं, because he is backed this project with all his might and what not. Ashwini Dutt साहब, ladies and gentlemen. बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है sir, welcome, and thank you so much for doing this. What a moment, sir. Sir, you've been giving us blockbusters for the last 50 years, and जितना आपने शायद इंडस्ट्री को करीबी से देखा है, मुझे नहीं लगता किसी और ने देखा होगा. What do you have to say to all the wonderful people who are attending this event right now, sir?
Here, the great Amitabh sir, Kamal Haasan, Prabhas, and Deepika, four are here. And you all people came. I am very happy for this. And I wish a great success for them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद. Please, आइए sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another surprise for you. We have this performance, जो कि सबके दिलों को छूने वाली है. We have these wonderful, wonderful artists here, जो कि अब आके आपके लिए कुछ present करने वाले हैं, जो exclusively आप सबके लिए है. और जैसा मैंने कहा, आप सबके दिलों पे राज करने वाला है. एक बार जोरदार तालियां for these amazing artists, जो यहाँ अब आने वाले हैं. Can we have Thank you so much. Give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And now it's time to share with you कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा हटके. लेकिन before I play that for you, I just want to take a look at the front row. I'll start with Amitabh Bachchan साहब, ladies and gentlemen. Realize कर लो, just वो feeling होनी चाहिए, आनी चाहिए. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe it. I'm going to enjoy this moment no matter what. Kamal Haasan Saab, ladies and gentlemen. Prabhas sir is here. And the supremely talented Deepika Padukone, ladies and gentlemen. Ashwini sir, thank you so much for doing this. Rana, you were awesome as always. Thank you so much. Anil Thadani Saab is here. Of course, he's going to be distributing the movie AA Films. It's only fair, that we talk about all of them for doing this for Indian cinema. और ये अब पूरी दुनिया पे छाएगा, सबको बताएगा that this is what we all are capable of doing. Ladies and gentlemen, यहाँ पे अब एक-एक करके मैं जो ये stellar cast है उन सबको बुलाना चाहूँगा. And of course, we'll start with Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, ladies and gentlemen. I've often said this. I'm going to say this again. I hope sir मुझे डांटे नहीं. मैंने हमेशा कहा है एक इंसान whenever we see him हम सबके मुंह से यही निकलता है, I love you Amitabh Bachchan, and I've said it time and again. I'm going to say it today. So thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much. आप यहाँ आए और सबसे मुखातिब हो रहे हैं. Ladies and gentlemen, another legend जिनको फिल्में करने में मजा आता है. He enjoys the process, and जब वो पर्दे पे होते हैं, we enjoy watching him. Give it up for Kamal Haasan Saab, ladies and gentlemen. What a moment, yeah. Talk about experience. Combined experience is stage पे जब आप देखोगे ना, आप खुद सोचोगे ये क्या हो रहा है. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest pan-Indian superstar. He has given us like openings ऐसी कि box office भी बोलता है, sir माफ कर दो. Give it up for Prabhas sir, ladies and gentlemen, the darling of the Indian film industry. And as I said, she is supremely talented and of course one of our favorites. One of bhi chhod dete hain. She's our favorite. Give it up for Deepika Padukone. I invite on stage the man who I said is the biggest doota जो इस फिल्म की बात कर रहे हैं, and how beautifully is he talking about this. Give it up for Rana Daggubati, ladies and gentlemen. All yours, sir. And as I was talking about the experience, collective experience देख रहे हैं आप इस स्टेज पे, सालों का है, दशकों का है. एक बार जोरदार तालियां इस टीम के लिए, ladies and gentlemen. Kalki 2898 AD.
Wow, I'm now taking this moment in for a little bit. Wow, I just never thought I'd be on stage like this. Thank you, sir. Actually, thank you, Nagi, for not having me in the film, but having me do all this. Sir, I'm going to start with you, sir. When Nagi first came and was talking about the idea, this was much before any of this materialized. It's Kalki. We all know about the coming of an avatar. We've heard it through childhood as stories. And a filmmaker actually trying to make that in the science fiction world and had imagined you on day one as the Ashwatthama. So what was your reaction to that?
When Nagi came and explained to me the idea, for a long time after he'd left, I was thinking, what the hell has Nagi been drinking? To think of something like this, it was absolutely something outrageous. And with some of the visuals that you've seen just now, it's just unbelievable to have somebody conceive a project which is so futuristic and so possible. And during the making of the film, we realized that no matter what he thought of, he actually got all the material, all the effects, every kind of vision that he had. And that really has been an amazing experience. For me to be just a part of it has been an experience I'll never forget.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, over to you. I mean, your veteran's a really small word, and encyclopedia also felt like a silly word once I said it. In your plethora of cinema, you've watched so many filmmakers grow, create different roles with you. This was science fiction, and it had mythology in its play, and it had a filmmaker who was really young. And if all of you know the looks of Nagi, he doesn't look anything like a filmmaker. Uh, I'll tell you a truth today, he's actually a lost kid from Shambhala who grew up in Hyderabad. So, how did he actually narrate this to you, sir, and what was your reaction with it?
I'm used to these kind of ordinary looking people who do extraordinary things. My boss, my mentor was one such man. He looked like a government official. I thought first thing, if he enters any house, you'll think it's an income tax raid. That's how he looked. But I've seen what he was capable of from the kind of films he did. I think Ek Duje Ke Liye was his 60th or 70th film. So I was not surprised. I don't underestimate these ordinary looking guys. They have a depth to them that doesn't show unless you talk to them. And I did have the opportunity of talking to him, man of few words. And that's about the succinct way of putting forward your idea. If it extends to movies, great ideas will translate better. It's when they don't know how to present it that great ideas become ordinary movies. But this guy knew how to present an idea, which, as Amitji said, first thing you want to ask is what have you been smoking or what have you been drinking. But that's how great ideas are formed. I mean, ordinary people will doubt it and then they'll start respecting it. I could see a bit of that. And I was moaning backstage to Amitji about, I always wanted to play bad man because the bad man gets to do all the good things in films, where the heroes are singing romantic songs and waiting for the heroine, where he can just go ahead and do what he wants with it. But I thought, I'm going to play the bad man, so it's going to be fun. But then, he wanted to be different, and I'm almost like a sage in the film with a bad idea.
Sir, and the look, there was one shot of you in the promo, and then that just stunned pretty much the whole country. And you have so many different looks that you consistently keep creating. I remember Nagi, before he took the flight for the look test, he was saying, dude, I'm feeling really silly. What am I going to talk to Mr. Kamal Haasan about look and get up? I'm just going to ask him to do it. Can we know how that happened?
That's what he told you, but we kept talking about it because we had a lot to talk about and also not look like something else, which I've done already, or somebody else has done already. Now, I thought I have a fantastic idea. I had not seen any of the images of this film. So I thought I would dress myself up in such a way people will turn around and look at me. And I got an idea. I would do some research and come, oh, that Amitji is doing that. What you came up with, he's already doing it. Then I'll go cursing myself and I'll think about it. And then I'll say, I'll come with an armor. Oh, that Prabhas has got. So I didn't want to be pregnant in the film. Otherwise, I would have, I would have tried that as well. But then finally, with... But with a good director, even that is possible. But this get-up took a long time. We traveled to LA, failed a couple of times before we arrived on the first acceptable look for the director. So I think it's a collaboration, and I think and hope, still hoping that the audience will react the same way as we did when we saw the first look.
Awesome, sir. Thank you. Big man, over to you. I don't know. Okay, you are now one of the biggest names in cinema, clearly. What is it like working with one, two, three, dude? What do you do on set? What's your
First, I should thank producer and
We touch each other's feet. He never allows me to do that, but
Sir.
Prabhas, be honest now.
Yeah. First
They're all
I-
ragging you, Nabha. I can see that. I can see that. You were pulling his leg on set. My friend's an introvert, sir. He's very all-powerful in the movies, but he's really an introvert and sweet man.
No, but what's wrong with touching his feet?
Tell me, boss, what's up? How is it working with, I think, line on each?
Yeah. So I should thank Dattagaru and Nagigaru for giving me opportunity to work with such greatest legends. It's like bigger than dream. And I don't know what to say. I was like, first I met Amitabh sir and I touched his feet. He said, don't do it. If you do it, I'll do it. I said, sir, please. I can't even think. We grew up watching you. My uncles had your hairstyle. He's the first actor in the country who reached every part of the country. South, North, we all know in Telugu, Tamil, we saw like Amitabh Bachchan's hairstyle, that hairstyle, tall, any tall people they call Amitabh Bachchan. In South, he's the first actor I think who reached like that. And Kamal sir, when his Sagar Sangam came, I asked my mother, I want his dress. My cousins, if he had, Indru Chandru had a tummy and they used to put a cloth on their stomach and they used to act in front of us. Like, see, and I'm working with them. This is like something unbelievable and thank you, sir.
And the lovely lady to your left.
So sorry. Yeah, and Deepika, I always wanted
The fact that he has said more than 2 sentences, we should
He's
be
the big one. Please,
celebrating.
big round of applause, please.
Yeah. So yeah, Deepika, I wanted to work with her always, and some actors who can reach around such an international level, and such a beautiful, gorgeous, and superstar, and a great actress. And it's beautiful to work with you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it, I think.
Actually, I'm like this because of all the food he's fed me.
Okay, let's start by
Though-
talking about that. Did all of you all eat great food on set? No?
Yes, courtesy.
This man?
Yes. Every day. And it got to a point where it wasn't
you
just
never
food
ate.
coming from home. There was like full catering service. So the highlight of the day almost became what is Prabhas feeding everyone. And for those who know him well, know that he feeds from the heart. So
Awesome. So, Deepika, when I was speaking to Nagi, I said, who do I talk about the story and who should reveal most things? He said, I think Deepika should speak about it. So, we see you carrying, I mean, at first I thought you were like really in character trying to do this, but can you talk about your role and the film?
why?
Why?
You didn't ask any of them that question.
But I know Nagi put that in me. He said, she is the one you should ask.
Can't. I think he said a lot about the movie and the worlds. But I mean, I think what I can definitely say is that it's unlike anything we've experienced or seen before. So even when I remember doing the narration for this through COVID, and Nagi was on Zoom and I was on the other end, and I think much like Kamal sir said, you could see sparks of genius in him, even though this is just his second or third movie. You could tell that it was, as he was narrating, there wasn't much on paper, but it was all in his mind. And every time he spoke and you look, and even now when you look into his eyes, you can see that, the entire visual of what he's envisioned over the years is so clear. And that's the only time, and I mean it in a good way, where you actually hear him speak, and speak so articulately, because that's the one thing that he's just completely consumed by and, passionate about. And but yes, I mean, I really don't know. Very honestly, to your question, I don't know how much I can and cannot say. But yes, I play the mother. And yeah, and then the movie's out on the 27th for everyone to discover the rest of it.
Amazing. So welcome to Telugu cinema. That I guess I have to say that to you in some ways. Are you going to do more films?
I mean, sure.
Back in Telugu?
If the audience would like me to, sure.
Awesome. Thank you. So we have a little tradition that Telugu cinema follows, and we thought we should bring it here along. And ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Swapna Dutt, the producer of the film. Come on, sit. Awesome. All right, and that is a little surprise for you all. There is a new version of the trailer. Nagi has sit and right now cut and sent to us that we are going to get to watch. Phones down, no recordings. We just step out.
And before we play that, Rana sir, a question, chota sa. Hypothetically, if you were to play a character in this movie, in this blockbuster to be, वो किसका और कौन सा character होता? Talk to us about that.
I'd play Nagi's assistant because that's what I'm doing most times. I'd continue to do that. Or I'll play Mr. Ashwini's assistant. So one of the two things I'm going to do.
Amazing, amazing. Give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you guys.
Of course, the stellar cast and Rana for doing this. So kindly be seated because we have a big surprise for all you people here. अच्छा, सबसे एक गुजारिश है ना? Lucky mascot साहब जो हमारे
इस दुनिया का पहला शहर,
इस वर्ल्ड का आखिरी शहर काशी। कहते हैं कि ऊपर पानी है।
पूरी दुनिया से सब छीन लोगे तो सब कुछ तो होगा ही।
बाकी अगर कुछ है तो सिर्फ कॉम्प्लेक्स है। भगवान एक ही, सुप्रीम यास्किन।
पता है आप कितने लोगों को बचा सकते हो?
एक की रक्षा करने, केवल एक। ये 6000 सालों पहले देखा था। वो शक्ति वापस आ गई है, यानी अब रोशनी आने का समय आ गया है।
एक जान के अंदर दूसरी जान।
आपने अपनी गर्भ में एक भगवान को स्थान दिया है, मैं पहचानूंगा।
हर हालत में रोकना ही होगा।
सुबह सुबह ये लड़ाई झगड़ा क्यों बचे? कितना अच्छा सपना देख रहा था। हम दोनों कॉम्प्लेक्स में थे।
1 मिलियन यूनिट्स है क्या तेरे पास? कुछ नहीं बचा।
मेरे जैसे कितने लोगों के लिए आप हीरो जैसे। मेरे साथ आ जाओ।
यूनिट ज्यादा बोलेगा क्या?
तुम्हें सिर्फ खुद से प्यार है भैरवा।
इस दुनिया में बस एक ही साइड होती है, खुद की साइड।
भैरवा, 5 स्टार बाउंटी। लेट्स गो।
हाय।
हाय।
वो लड़की मुझे चाहिए।
पॉइंट ये है कि मैं ही हूं जो उसे ला सकता हूं।
इतना श्योर है?
रिकॉर्ड चेक कर लो। मैं आज तक एक फाइट नहीं आ रहा।
तुम्हारी जंग फिर से शुरू हो गई है।
ये भी नहीं हारूंगा।
जिसने अपनी पहली सांस तक नहीं ली, वो इतनी आखिरी सांसों का कारण कैसे हो सकता है?
डरो मत, एक नया युग आ रहा है। इस दुनिया का पहला शहर,
इस वर्ल्ड का आखिरी शहर काशी। कहते हैं कि ऊपर पानी है।
पूरी दुनिया से सब छीन लोगे तो
for giving me this opportunity and having this faith in me. So thank you, sir, and I'm really obliged to really distribute this film all India.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Anil Tadani Saab, ladies and gentlemen.
इस दुनिया का पहला शहर,
इस वर्ल्ड का आखिरी शहर काशी। कहते हैं कि ऊपर पानी है।
पूरी दुनिया से सब छीन लोगे तो सब कुछ तो होगा ही।
बाकी अगर कुछ है तो सिर्फ कॉम्प्लेक्स है। भगवान एक ही, सुप्रीम यास्किन।
पता है आप कितने लोगों को बचा सकते हो?
एक की रक्षा करने, केवल एक। ये 6000 सालों पहले देखा था। वो शक्ति वापस आ गई है, यानी अब रोशनी आने का समय आ गया है।
एक जान के अंदर दूसरी जान।
आपने अपनी गर्भ में एक भगवान को स्थान दिया है, मैं वो जानूंगा।
हर हालत में रोकना ही होगा।
सुबह सुबह ये लड़ाई झगड़ा क्यों बचे? कितना अच्छा सपना देख रहा था। हम दोनों कॉम्प्लेक्स में थे।
1 मिलियन यूनिट्स है क्या तेरे पास? कुछ नहीं बचा। मेरे जैसे कितने लोगों के लिए आप हीरो जैसे हो। मेरे साथ आ जाओ।
यूनिट ज्यादा बोलेगा क्या?
तुम्हें सिर्फ खुद से प्यार है भैरवा।
इस दुनिया में बस एक ही साइड होती है, खुद की साइड।
भैरवा, 5 स्टार बाउंटी, लेट्स गो।
हाय
हाय।
वो लड़की मुझे चाहिए।
पॉइंट ये है कि मैं ही हूं जो उसे ला सकता हूं।
इतना श्योर है?
रिकॉर्ड चेक कर लो, मैं आज तक एक फाइट नहीं आ रहा।
तुम्हारी जंग फिर से शुरू हो गई है।
ये भी नहीं हारूंगा।
जिसने अपनी पहली सांस तक नहीं ली, वो इतनी आखिरी सांसों का कारण कैसे हो सकता है?
डरो मत, एक नया युग आ रहा है। इस दुनिया का पहला शहर,
इस वर्ल्ड का आखिरी शहर काशी। कहते हैं कि ऊपर पानी है।
पूरी दुनिया से सब छीन लोगे तो सब कुछ तो होगा ही।
बाकी अगर कुछ है तो सिर्फ कॉम्प्लेक्स है। भगवान एक ही, सुप्रीम यास्किन।
पता है आप कितने लोगों को बचा सकते हो?
एक की रक्षा करने, केवल एक।
राणा सर, ओवर टू यू। आई नो एक बड़ा सा
Hello, sir. So this is a little tradition we follow for all Telugu films before the release. Ashwini Dutt garu, can I please Watch private screenings very quickly. Who are you going to give this ticket to?
I'd like to give it to my colleague, my dear friend, and my brother Kamal Haasan.
Whoa.
About 4 or 5 decades ago, and he had given me the first day, first show ticket of Sholay. I had to wait for 3 weeks to see that film. I hope there are many more fans who would wait those 3 weeks to see this film, like I did Sholay. And I never thought I'd be here to receive a first day, first show ticket from Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. I was a film technician. Now I'm an actor. Nothing has changed. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say a few words about this wonderful gentleman. He's the owner of Vijayanti Films, along with his 2 daughters. And I have never met a more simple, humble human being than Ashwini sir. Every time we were on set, he's the first person to be there. He's at the airport to receive you. और जब कभी भी कोई ऐसा हम काम कर रहे हो जहाँ पर ऐसा लगे उनको कि ये इसको नहीं करना चाहिए, इतनी तकलीफ होगी, नहीं ये स्टंट मत करवाइए इनसे, अच्छा प्रिकॉशन लिया कि नहीं लिया. Nobody thinks like this. Thank you so much, sir. And with all due respect, sir, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And that's the end of the evening. Enjoy Kalki. Thank you. Thank you to every single one of you all on stage. Thank you to everyone that have come.